mushrooms, as well as 500 oxycodone and ecstasy pills. The total street value of the drugs is $335,000. Of the charged, 8 were under the age of 20 and 15 under the age of 25. Our Chief Superintendent Scott Kahn says he isn't surprised, but he is disappointed.
Tough economic times, jobs are difficult to find. Some people will resort to criminal behavior in order to supplement their income. It certainly is indicative of a problem within the community, and the fact that they resort to criminal behavior is something that we have to look at as a community and full response to the issue.
For example, let's take a very simple example. We have, say, a person who has a fear of heights, but they live in the prairies, in a small town, and there's no building more than 2 stories high. No bother. But let's say if that person moved to a big city to take a job and found that the job was on the 20th floor of a skyscraper. Now, this person might struggle to work for a day or two, but my guess is they would be able to come overwhelmed with anxiety. So in one circumstance they have no mental disorder, and in the other they're now almost incapacitated, can't work, and so on. So setting is another factor that we have to think about.
Does that imply that there are mental disorders which pre-exist the circumstances, that they're internal or intrinsic to certain personalities?
Yes, I don't know about certain personalities, I'd say people, in general, right. Yes, I think it's quite clear that we have some kind of many people have some kind of predisposition to disorder. But this predisposition, whatever it might be, genetic, let's for the moment go back to genetics as the basic predisposition perhaps. But that genetic predisposition has to interact in some way with environment. Some kind of stress, some kind of repeated stress, nasty experiences and so on. And given that may flourish into a mental disorder. On the other hand, people that don't get that kind of stress but have the same predisposition may never develop the same mental disorder.
Do you believe that something like fear of heights could have a genetic basis?
Oh, I think fears like heights, snakes, small rodents like mice, all those clearly are inborn fears, and they're protected.
Bien sûr. Tandis que l'orgue des amarres, donc on en parle tout à l'heure, est-ce que tu es déjà en préparation de...
Instinctively stop when it sees the
Although Jeffers had reached his limit, it was now mid-August, George maintained the secretary marshal from 2 months. 2 months, all he had to show, 3 delegate letters and 2 very expensive bombs to have built on. School ended and he returned to Wisconsin, to Locust, Pennsylvania. She had sworn to maintain a certain fidelity. She would date occasionally, but merely as amusement. She would remain faithful. But lately, Waldo had begun to worry. He had trouble sleeping at night, and when he did, he had horrible dreams. He lay awake at night, tossing and turning his heated, tears welling in his eyes as he pictured Marcia. Her sworn vows overcome by liquor, soothings of some Neanderthal, finally submitting to the final caresses of sexual oblivion. Visions of Marcia's faithlessness haunted him. Daytime fantasies of sexual abandon permeated his thoughts, and the thing was, they were based on how she really was. He, Waldo, alone understood this. Yet intuitively, was permitted within the corner of the center. It made her smile. She needed him. He wasn't there. The idea came to him on the Thursday before the Mama's parade was scheduled to appear. He just finished mowing and edging the Eccleston's lawn from $1.50 and checked the mailbox to see if it was instantly with pleasure. There was nothing but a circle of the Little Company of America inquiring into his own names. As they came, it was a New York feeling. You could go anywhere in the mail. The thought struck him. Wisconsin in the executive.
You don't know what
density
the
He was absurdly simple. He would ship himself past the post special delivery. The next day, Waldo went to the supermarket to purchase
more or less mania was Staples' more of a
medium-sized cardboard box just big enough to about that. He judged that mania was the highest form of poetic inspiration. A few air horse and
Dionysus mania was the highest form of poetic inspiration. Dionysus was dangerous. Mania was the highest form of poetic inspiration. Dionysus was dangerous.
As he sat curling inside, resting before the cushioning,
When the ancient Greeks attempted to line
Marcia's face,
mania was the highest form of poetic inspiration. Dionysus was dangerous, but also she was the sublime of God.
Then maybe they could see a movie.
During the Christian Middle Ages, Dionysus was associated with the demonic,
Rough hands,
and was violently treated as all he was through forms of mysticism, more or less horrific, more miraculous,
just for the
more
silly
life standards.
It has been a very rough weekend.
With the rise of modern medical science, violence was seen as an illness. Fools of Europe were rounded up, taken off their ships, and respected like the war,
Certainly the way
and had to shut the cold power, breaking it Actually, the 20th century, after all, many changes in the classification of the treatment of mental diseases, and it's that infinite story that we're going to talk about today.
She looked like a very, very best friend.
What is
Oh God, it's absolutely warm outside. I know what you mean. I feel all the heat. Marcia tightened the belt of her cotton robe with silk underwear. She wore on her finger of the kitchen table, licked her finger made a face. I'm supposed to be taking these songs, but I makes me feel like throwing up. Marcia's stay and attempted to touch her. I don't think I ever touched a decorator. Well, he gave up and sat down, this time near the small table and spoke to the telephone. Maybe Bill will call, she said as she was gone. She went to after last night, I thought maybe you'd be through with him. I know what you mean. My God, he was like an octopus. He was all over the place. Gestures, adverbs, advisors, readers, revolvers, regarding, signals, camera, anything, trying to staring into my brain, just about X-ray, she was cutting. I tell you, I felt the same way. When you walked even before when he was powered, I wanted to Marsha's laughing very structure. It was at this point that Mr. Jameson of the style photo was right before the large sticker collection site. When Marsha Bronson opened the door, he had some kind of package in. He had his yellow and his green slips of paper signed and left with a 15-cent tip that Marsha had gotten out of her mother's small beige pocketbook in the den. What do you think it is, Sheila? I think Marsha stepped out and pointed behind the car. I was there as we got the car with cars and some car that were in work, but I was in the back. Inside the car, Sheila walked into the hall with the masking tape that held on the center of the counter. When are you going to return address and see who it's from? Waldo felt his heart beating. He could feel the light footsteps. It would be soon. Marsha walked around the carton and read the ink-splashed label. Oh, God, it's from Waldo. That schmuck, said Sheila. Waldo trembled with expectation. Well, you might as well open it, said Sheila, and both of them tried to lift the stapled flap. They tugged on the flap again. My God, you needed power drill to get this thing open. They pulled again. You can't get a grip. They both stood still, breathing heavily. Why don't you get a scissor, said Sheila. Marsha ran into the all she could think of was a scissor. When she remembered that her father kept the closure knives in the basement, she ran downstairs. When she came back up, she had a large sheet metal ember in her hand. All up on the table. This is the best I could find. We got money here, you do it. I'm going to die. She sank at a large fluffy couch and exhaled noisily. Sheila tried to make a slit between the masking tape and the end of the cardboard flap, but the blade was too big and there wasn't enough room. God damn this thing, she simply very exhausted. Then smiling, I got an idea. What, said Marsha? Just one, said Sheila, but she was eager to her hand. Inside the package, Waldo was so transfixed with excitement that he barely breathed. His skin felt prickly from the heat. He could feel his heart beating noticeable and that was the breed as an illness. Sheila stood quite upright, taken up the walked onto the other side of the package. Then she sank down to her knees, grasped the cutter by both handles, took a deep breath, and plunged the long blade through the middle of the package, through the masking tape, through the cardboard, through the cushion, and right through the center of Robert Jeffers' head, which split slightly and caused little rhythmic arcs of red to pulsate gently in the morning sun.
And the therefore changing behavior in a particular way.
And if they bothered to treat it at all, it was through forms of exorcism, more or less horrific, more or less inhuman from our enlightened standards.